In this part we will talk about a huge Russian dog breed, the Moscow Watchdog. Many people say of this extremely rare breed, for long unknown in canine circles, that in addition to weapons and aircraft manufacturing, it is one of the most successful Russian products. The product here is, of course, in quotation marks, which provides exactly what is expected of them. So let's look at the 7 points that a Moscow Watchdog buyer needs to consider very carefully before choosing this breed. The final point will also reveal whether the Moscow Watchdog is an ideal choice for a novice dog owner. If you do not want to miss the next parts of this series, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also press the bell button. 1. A brief history of the Moscow Watchdog. In the former Soviet Union, after World War II, there was a huge demand for hard and tough service dogs, as the war destroyed a lot of them, and on the other hand, guarding gulags and military installations was a constant task. The Red Star State Kennel has been tasked with breeding a large-bodied guard dog, are intelligent, can be handled more easily than Caucasian Shepherds, even by the average soldiers, but who, if need be, is tough enough to defeat a human opponent. For the sake of this goal, Russian breeders crossed the St. Bernards with Caucasian Shepherds, and then included the Russian Spotted Hounds who had excellent smell and nose, and so the Moscow Watchdog was born in the 1950s, whose existence the world practically did not know about, since their existence was a military secret. After the dissolution of the Soviet Union, they became more widespread in the 1990s, and their standard was finalized in 1997 by the Russian Dog Association. 2. The personality of the Moscow Watchdog. Although, according to extremely few surviving sources, the first individuals were extremely wild and difficult to handle, the current Moscow Watchdog of our days perfectly combined the philanthropy and intelligence of the St. Bernards with the willfulness and hardness of the Caucasian Shepherds. A properly socialized and bred Moscow Watchdog is an excellent family member, yet in a dangerous situation the owners can always count on them. It is characteristic of their personality that there are images of them both when child members of the family take a nap on their side, but also when an assistant runs away from them in guard protection trainings. They are a real multi-faced and multifunctional dog, which is of course highly valued by their owners. 3. The size and coat of the Moscow Watchdog. The Moscow Watchdog is a huge dog with a typical weight of 50 to 70 kilograms and a height of 64 to 70 centimeters at the withers. Their appearance is very similar to the St. Bernards, so they are often mistaken, but Moscow Watchdog is more athletic, its head is longer, which makes it much less prone to slobbering and, unlike the St. Bernards, they are not characterized by loose eyelids. Their fur is extremely rich, it is resistant to all weather conditions. This is not a wonder, as it was once a distinct breeding goal that they could be used even in Siberia, in -20 to 30 degrees Celsius. 4. The trainability of the Moscow Watchdog. The Moscow Watchdogs were born as working dogs, with a definite purpose, and for definite tasks. Although their characters are characterized by a certain level of stubbornness, they can be considered an easily trainable, smart dog breed. Due to their huge stature, the socialization in time, and the establishment of basic obedience are of paramount importance in their case. Their breeders usually only recommend the basic obedience training in their case if their owner is engaged in protection or guard work. To become an adult, it may take 2.5 to 3 years for the full physical and mental development for this especially late-maturing breed, so its training should be adapted accordingly. 5. The activity of the Moscow Watchdog. Although they are surprisingly agile compared to their body size, of course we should never expect the activity level of a Belgian Shepherd or a Pit Bull Terrier from the Moscow Watchdog. They feel themselves well mostly in large, open areas or in a garden environment, but they do not require or need long-distance running, dog sports and long bike rides. They fulfill their need for movement according to their own schedule and needs. Recently, partly due to the conscious strengthening of the St. Bernard line and the fashion wave, huge, oversized specimens weighing 80 to 90 kilograms have also appeared. This weight has a markedly negative effect on the agility of the Moscow Watchdogs, and goes against the former breeding goals, which is not necessarily a desirable phenomenon. 6. Health and lifespan of the Moscow Watchdog. Since this is a relatively new dog breed, and they were unknown to the general public for decades, luckily, they could not become a fashion dog, we can safely say that the Moscow Watchdog is a horror to veterinarians in the sense that veterinarians would lose their income if it were up to the Moscow Watchdogs. They are incredibly healthy and resistant to most typical dog diseases, and they have no typical health problems. Their average life expectancy is 11 to 13 years. 7. And finally, the last question: is the Moscow Watchdog ideal for a first-time dog owner? The answer to this question, in our opinion, is no, with some exceptions. Because this dog breed was once bred for tough tasks and duties and partly for effective actions against humans, and has a huge size and strength, it is not ideal for a person who is not necessarily familiar with keeping a dog and beginning to learn it. It is not as if the Moscow Watchdogs would be dangerous to their owners, but a misguided or disobedient Moscow Watchdog will certainly be able to keep its environment under serious terror, which will certainly have negative consequences with a dog breed of such mass and agility. However, and this is the exception, if the owner has a definite personality, and is willing to attend a dog school early, or learn from an expert on how to handle and control such a brute force properly, this owner can live with a very family-friendly huge dog, who you can always count on if the situation turns dangerous. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also press the bell button to get notifications of new parts. Thank you very much for your attention.